Hello, TJ Bellotti here again. Thanks for stopping back. I want to talk about the market in general, where it is we work today. For the past 100 years, the United States has primarily worked in what we call the Industrial Revolution, where we built things. We had factories we went to. Union membership and union votes were hugely important because an awful lot of the middle class worked in that union, that sweet middle where everybody went to work in the morning and you worked your 8-hour day and you came back home and you made above average income because we were in the middle of building all of these things around the world and obviously here at home. The thing is that things started to shift in the 1990s when everything started to shift over to this kind of computer generation, this computer era, and there isn't as much in that middle as there used to be. There's not that big bell curve of people working in a middle class traditional job. And it's thrown an awful lot of people for a loop. A lot of people don't know exactly what to do now. And the advantage that someone like you and I have is that we are willing to go out there and build our own thing now. We're willing to start a business or do a side gig or do something else to help supplement our income, because the traditional 9 to 5, go to work, do what you're told, build things, turn wrenches, swing hammers is not as big as it once was. It's kind of shifting. So we as people in the market have to figure out what it is we're going to do to be successful. And starting your own business is one of the best things you can do. Even if you're a successful person, even if you have a good quality job that you're able to go to every day and you foresee that you have a real good stable base for the next 10, 15, 20 years, you should still really consider getting into this gig economy or this side job economy, side business economy, where you're able to start something, whether it be via the internet or a small business that you start using the internet to help market your product. So let's say during the day you're a repairman for airlines, for airplanes. You spend your day working on airplanes and you come home, but you know that you just don't make quite enough that you really want to make. So on the side, maybe you start a welding business and you start doing ornamental steel in your garage and you start selling your pieces out on the internet. Or let's say on the weekends you love photography and you get into photography as a paid profession, so you make a few dollars on the weekend and you can use the internet and social media to help promote your business. The economy is different than it once was. Now, people in my generation, I was born in the late 60s. I kind of came up in this era. The whole 90s, I was coming out of college and getting my feet wet, so this is very second nature to me. But there's an awful lot of folks in my generation and even a couple generations after me that came out of school thinking they're going to go to work at the local steel mill like their dad and their grandfather did, and they're starting to find out that that's not so reliable. The unions don't have the heavy presence that they once did, and some of the things that they always took for granted that they would be able to turn to are no longer there. So for those people, consider this side business as an option. For those of you that are a little bit younger, and you've known nothing else but the internet, smartphones, social media, harness your knowledge of those things and propel yourself in front of the other folks. The nice thing about the platforms that we have now is you do not have to be a large corporation. In fact, it's a huge advantage that you're not, because we're back to the era when word of mouth and references are more important than big marketing budgets. Some of the biggest corporations in the world are still moving in slow, lumbering steps like they did in the 1970s. This is not Mad Men anymore. We do not need these huge advertising budgets to put commercials on TV and on the radio, because here's the thing. Most of us aren't watching TV and aren't listening to the radio. I don't even have cable anymore. And I know an awful lot of people in my generation, and definitely the next couple generations after me, that don't have cable because they're getting everything streaming to them through Netflix or Hulu or any of the other services. But none of us ever watch commercials. I haven't seen a commercial probably in 3 or 4 years because I don't watch regular television. If I'm in the car and I have the radio on and there's too many commercials playing, I throw on my streaming music off my cell phone. I don't have to listen to the radio and I don't have to listen to their commercials. But what I do see is my friends and my family posting on social media about a great coffee shop they're sitting at and having a great biscotti and coffee, or a great restaurant right down the street. They're sitting there having dinner and they throw a picture up of their meal on Instagram. That's what's selling me. That's what's making me react now. So we can do the same thing. If we have a small window cleaning business, we can take a picture of a window after we shine it, polish it, and make it look great, throw it up on Instagram. That way the people that know us, next time they need their windows done, they call us. Or we can even ask our clients, can you go on Facebook and give me a thumbs up on my page? That is going to have far more weight than what these large traditional businesses have with their large marketing budgets. They are behind the eight ball. We can get in front of it. So keep looking for new opportunities. If you don't already have a side gig, a side hustle, start thinking about what you might want to do. If you have your own business, embrace it. Go all in, because you have all the tools that you need to be successful. Hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Talk to you soon.